Brown Enough fam, welcome back. We are here for season 2, except it's not really like just a season. I'm not interested in seasons anymore. I'm going to come at you weekly with these incredible interviews, but also we're going to do these collaborations with different companies and organizations, deep dives into things like community health or peace building. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be very fun. And also, if you need anything from me, shoot us an email at brownenoughproductions@gmail.com. Again, that's brownenoughproductions@gmail.com. I love you. Peace. I am a basketball fan, y'all. Knicks till I die, orange and blue skies forever. So I am so excited to be sharing this conversation with y'all. Today I'm chatting with Faatimah A, the founder, the CEO of the Women's Professional Basketball Association. It is a pipeline for young athletes who are not ready to give up on their dream, to find other ways to get the bag, to keep their dream alive, to get paid, to take care of themselves and their families.
It's a blessing to be able to be out there and compete against other great athletes around the world. But it's a grind, and you gotta love this shit. You have to love it if you are going to do this, because it's going to challenge you.
This conversation is beautifully inspiring. It is about going after your dreams. It is all about how ball is life, how sometimes we just got to keep playing, stay present, receive our flowers, know how hard we've worked. All right, y'all, let me know what you think. I'll see you on the other side.
My name is Faatimah A. I am the founder and CEO of the Women's Premier Basketball Association.
What is the Women's Premier Basketball Association?
Long story short, it is a place for athletes of all backgrounds to come and feel empowered and be able to compete at a very, very high level. Ultimately, what I'm trying to do is become the first G League for women, because currently there isn't a development league for women right now. So those are the shoes we're trying to fill.
Amazing. For people who don't know, there's AAA, there's AA in baseball, there's G League in basketball. Soccer clubs, football clubs around the world have had development leagues to 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
So what is a development league?
This league is for players that have either been cut by the WNBA or looking to pursue overseas opportunities, but haven't been able to, get those opportunities yet, because they need more reps, they need more time, they need more development. And by them being able to play in the WPBA, we provide all of those things. Over the years, we've had some players that have had a gap in their resume, or they've been out of college for about 2-3 years, but they're still looking to pursue this dream of theirs of playing overseas. So by them being able to play in this is kind of a launch pad for them to get to where they're wanting to be afterwards.
How do you start this, or why do you start it? You are probably just doing your own thing, right? You have your own life to take care of, and you got to get your own check, get your own bag. So what makes you go from taking care of myself to also taking care of others?
I feel like that's always been there. That's been instilled in me from a very young age. I'll credit my mom. She's always taught me to treat others the way that I'd like to be treated. Growing up here in the Bay Area, and the type of lifestyle that I had when I was younger, I was able to really fall in love with the game, because it, gave me another identity. It gave me an opportunity to make something of my life at a time where there wasn't too many things going on. So jump forward into when I'm playing professionally. I recognize that there was a lot of women out there who, after they graduated from college, they, stopped playing because they would get discouraged with trying to figure out how to get from being a collegiate athlete to now transitioning into a pro athlete. And there's been pro athletes that have had a not so nice of a experience while playing overseas. So I really wanted to create something where players could come, feel empowered, but also literally have the same opportunities that I've had to be able to get overseas. My path was not the traditional path. But I knew that if I was able to make something that could impact the community, literally That's what I'm all about. I'm wanting to make a huge impact. I'm wanting to help out the next person. If I've made it, I want to reach back and pull up the next person to make sure, that they have an opportunity as well. So it's a labor of love. I think when I think about it, why I've created something like this, because it's not easy, but I believe everyone deserves an opportunity. And by being able to make this a community with so many talented players, so many not only talented players on the court, but that have so many amazing stories off the court. We're setting the tone for the next generation of athletes and setting the example. I do this because I truly love the game and I understand ball is life. And there's so many, lessons you learn on the court that transfer to real life situations. And I'm wanting to be able to help the next person succeed.
How many athletes are in your league right now?
The first year when we started, we only had 6 teams, and now we're at 8. So we range between about 80 to 90 players. This year we finished at about 87 players in the league.
Now, are these people getting paid in the league or only when they get the contract overseas?
Right now, they are in this league because of the opportunities, the network that it provides, exposure and all of those things. And when they do get overseas, then those are opportunities for them to get paid. But going into this next season, I'm really working hard to change that around. I want to be able to solidify enough funding so that we are able to create more jobs within the community and pay these athletes at least something. They're coming out here every weekend and they're working hard and they're putting on for the community.
What season are you in?
We just finished our 3rd season.
Okay. And when does 4th pick up?
4th picks up summer 2025. So typically during the first Saturday of June.
Do you have any success stories from your athletes who, they didn't want to stop playing ball and they come and they find you and all of a sudden they get a bag, but also they keep doing what they love?
I think the one that has been documented the most is probably Akira DaCosta. Back in 2017, she was a McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand Classic All-American, USA basketball gold medalist for her age group. And she ended up winning a championship with Baylor her freshman year. And then all of a sudden, some unexpected life things happen and that kind of hinders her career. But you would think someone with that type of exposure, those type of accolades coming out of high school, going into your first year of college, they would kind of have their professional career set. Like they should be going to the league, the W, without a doubt. But some things have happened. And then during the first year of starting the WPBA, they were unfortunately a victim of sex trafficking. And the story's crazy, but she was able to reunite with her family, and it took a lot of work, mental work, to help her get in the right headspace. And it was a blessing to have her a part of the league at that time, especially when she's going through that. But I think at the time she really wanted to get back on the court because she needed a sense of community. She needed a safe space, and basketball has always been a safe space to her. By her being able to be here and get back into her own element, it allowed her to kind of put her focus back on what she always wanted to do, and that was become a professional athlete. So that season she ended up getting MVP awards in the league. They won a championship as well. And her and I obviously got closer because I wanted to help her. I understand not particularly what it feels like to be in her situation, but to be someone that is probably at a very low point in their life and they need a win. They need people in their corner that are going to support them. So I definitely wanted to be that for her and develop that big sister, little sister relationship. And we were able to solidify a contract for her. Her first year out, she ended up going to Sweden, killing the league, ended up being in the running for player of the year, forward of the year, import of the year. And then she goes to Mexico and plays top league from there, and then Team USA, and then possibly could have had an opportunity to get an invite to a WNBA training camp. That's probably one of our biggest success stories from the league that really bought into the community, that bought into the reason why this was created, and they used it to get their life back to where they wanted it to be.
Amazing. They found you or you found them?
They found me. Yeah, Coach Cameo, he's a big time scout here in the country, and he also coaches the Oakland Swish, and he's followed her career for a very long time. And he obviously found out what happened, so he wanted to bring her in, and from there we were able to build a relationship. So yeah, shout out to Coach Cam for bringing her around when he did.
How do we go from 6 to 8? People call you, you say, I need another team, or what's the value? How does that work?
Yes, started with 6 teams, did a really good job with the 6 teams, and wanted to expand because we had so many more players that were interested in playing. And then I had people that were interested in owning a team. So with that happening, we ended up having Alan Kunanen come in and purchase a team in the league, the Tech City Titans. And then that allowed me to include or add another team to the league, which would then put us at 8.
And what is the journey to becoming the official G League of the WNBA? Are you in the journey? Is it actionable steps? Any way that listeners can help?
Yeah, there's definitely actionable steps. I think that even if we're not the quote unquote G League for the W, I think that the space that we're in on an international level, especially with us finishing silver at the FIBA WBLA in Colombia, that puts us in a whole different lane because now we're providing these international opportunities for players to be able to go into all of these different leagues. Some actionable items: finding sponsors or people that are willing to invest in this, that believe in women's sport and that want to see players get the opportunities that they deserve. Continuing to share, say our name, tell the next person about it, because there's always going to be college athletes graduating, or there's going to be someone that is in need of an opportunity. And by you talking about it, that could help them put some things into perspective. And then I know for myself, I need to be around. I need to be at more events. I need to be at more conferences so that I can continue to share this mission that we have here at the WPBA with these other brands and other people in power, in positions of power that are in the basketball world or just in the sports world in general.
Is everyone calling you? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. And I think, again, I'll credit my upbringing. I've always been in this mature, nurturing space, wanting to help the next person. So, yeah, do I have people messaging me a bunch of times asking me how they can get overseas? Yes. Do I have people reaching out to me asking for advice and stuff like that? Because this feels like a lonely road at times, and not even just at the pro level, but at the adolescent level when youth are trying to figure out what role they need to play to be successful and to continue their dreams of playing. Yeah, I mean, I try to step in and be of service in any way possible because I feel that's my calling. Um, so, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
You said it was hard. And a big thing, we have a lot of incredible entrepreneurs on here, and it's hard. And so I always ask, what do you do to keep going? Like when it's hard, how do you rest, or how do you find rejuvenation? Or...
When it's hard to keep going, I try to look back at all of the little wins, or not the little wins, but all the wins that I've had in the past to be able to build up to where I'm at today. And at the end of the day, I know a lot of people didn't expect me to be in the position that I'm in today. I credit that to having heart and a never give up type of attitude. So when I do feel down at times or I need to find reasons to keep going, I think about what little Fatima would say right now, looking up to where I'm at now. And then I try to reach out to the people that are close to me. I understand not everyone's going to be able to go through what I'm going through, or any entrepreneur for that, because everyone is battling certain or different things. Finding that sense of community that you can definitely confide in is going to help you to keep going. You're going to have your days 100%, but we're human, and understanding that we're human and realizing that we need these moments to kind of refocus is all a part of the journey.
You're a CEO, yeah?
Yes.
It's so beautiful. It's so epic, right? Not a lot of CEOs look like us. And I always say it is amazing to receive a fat check, but nothing changes until the people who look like us start signing them.
Mm-hmm.
And so are you comfy with this title, CEO? Are you, you're also in the Bay, right? You're in sort of this tech startup world. Have you fully embraced it? Or are you like, I'm not there yet? What's that game?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% not there yet. I'm still very much in this mode of survival. It's a grind, it's a constant. You have to show up every day because if you don't, no one will. Um, so, I mean, even though I'm around the tech world and all of these other businesses here, it's hard to be able to get people to buy into your dream and to believe in what you believe in. At the end of the day, I know I got to continue to push harder, especially if I want to get this to a level where it's sustainable and I feel comfortable. Because there's so much power in being able to feel comfortable, and I definitely want that for myself. So
Tell me more about that power in feeling comfortable.
power and feeling comfortable. I know that there's a lot of people of color that have to live check to check, or they're not doing what it is that they love, because they have to do what it is they need to do to provide for their families. And I feel that being able to feel comfortable, that's something you can't buy, but it's something that you can work towards. And I know that this vision I have for being comfortable, it's well within reach. So I know that if I continue to keep pushing and keep working, and being persistent, I'll be able to get there. It's being able to finally sit back and feel like I can just take a nice deep breath in and just be happy for all of the things that I've accomplished. There's times I can reflect on the things that I've accomplished, but being able to feel genuinely happy about the things that I've accomplished and not feeling like I'm in this mode of fight or flight and I got to continue to, get to the next thing. You're always going to continue to build 100%. Taking a moment to give myself my flowers.
And I have to echo this completely because I also need to emphasize that you receive this. I'm going to give you your flowers right now, and I hope you receive this as a moment to give yourself flowers because people who are ambitious, I think we have some hidden story in us that says one day I'll be able to slow down and smell the flowers and enjoy the thing one day. And yet even when you are so comfy in the CEO role and you're paying 150 people, and I still think the grind is still there and we forget to stop
Yeah.
or to be present. And I think that's true for artists. I think that's true for anyone who's ambitious. Take a moment, maybe anyone listening, take a moment to receive your flowers, to be like, oh, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
To be CEO of anything puts you in an upper echelon of something so beautiful.
You're right. Sometimes we don't get the opportunity to sit back and be present. That was a powerful word that you used, being present. A lot of people still aren't able to get to that level. Being present and intentional about receiving those flowers for sure. I hear that. I receive that. I appreciate you.
Receive. Can we talk about the honest realities of playing sports overseas? I mean, you can only speak to basketball. How dope is it, but also how hard is it? And all of those things for some of the young athletes listening, that there's other options, but let's also just get into the reality of it.
It's beauty in the struggle. It's beautiful to be able to travel the world, to have someone pay you because they believe in your talents. They believe that you're going to be able to make an impact in their team, and not only on their team, but in the community. It's a blessing to be able to be out there and compete against, other great athletes around the world. But it's a grind, and you got to love this shit. You have to love it if you are going to do this because it's going to challenge you. And not everyone is built for, this type of lifestyle. But I feel that, especially earlier on in my career when I was playing in El Salvador, that was for me to get my foot in the door. Because at that time, I don't feel like too many people would have taken a chance on me. But me, I tend to turn lemons into lemonade. Very minimal items, but I'm going to make the most out of it and create whatever reality it is that I want. I had to go through some things, and it tested me as a person. It tested me mentally. It tested me physically. But I knew that if I was able to get out of this and learn something from it, that it was going to help me in the long run, not only on the court, but off the court. Like I said, ball is life earlier, and it's for a reason. There's sport, it teaches you so much about yourself because it translates into the challenges that you may face in life. And I feel like I needed to go through some of those things that I went through in order to be able to step up to the challenges that I have today. So I love it. Yes, there's going to be challenges along the way, but there's always going to be challenges when it comes to something that you love doing. And if you really, put your heart and your all into something, like it's going to benefit you, but you're going to get out as much of it. You're going to get out what you put in pretty much. But definitely I advise everyone to be able to go and play overseas. I advise everyone to go and step into a different culture because there's not a lot of people that get a chance to get out of the USA and experience a different dynamic of what family looks like in a different culture, or happiness, or what they feel is most important in life. So yeah.
Favorite country you've played in?
Can I give you top 3?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Mexico, loved playing in Mexico. Mexico is lit. France was amazing. And Kuwait. And I say that because I met some amazing people along the way. I was playing some really good basketball. I got to play against some really talented players. There was something about being in the Middle East this last season, being in Kuwait, listening to the morning prayer. Obviously, I was brought up Muslim, so being able to be back into that type of atmosphere, it kind of filled my cup a little bit. I was focused. I was motivated. Yeah, prayer is crazy, but it's also a form of meditation. And I felt like I was in my own element while I was there.
That's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mexico is lit. I imagine France. Where in France were you?
I was in Frice, so they're going to probably get on me for saying it wrong, but it's 45 minutes outside of Lyon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Small little town. Super cute, though.
I have not been to Kuwait, but I do value the idea of putting some sort of practice in the forefront.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be prayer, just acknowledging what you're grateful for, taking those moments, because I don't think we get to do a lot of that.
What a great way to think of it. Many people stop more than 5 times a day to look at their phone. Not many people stop 5 times a day to say thank you.
It's facts.
And maybe we can incorporate some more of that. Do you have any? Well, actually, first, so I'm a huge basketball fan. Huge.
Love that.
Knicks till the day I die. Orange and blue skies. I've been playing ball for a long time. I've had 2 ACL surgeries. So I don't really do that anymore. What are your basketball metaphors to life?
Man, what is it? Never give up. Literally, it's literally it. It's like a quote from Jordan about uphill battles, but still being able to go through whatever you're going through to be able to get to where you want to be. I know that's not it word for word, but just figuring out a way if there's ever an obstacle in your path, get through it, especially if it's something that you want on the other end.
Persistence.
Yeah.
Persistence.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of people listening who would love to be their own CEOs or follow their own dreams in this way.
Continue to dream big and bet on yourself. Believe in yourself. Even in those moments of doubt, realize that there aren't a lot of people in your position and you're doing something special because you believe in it. So just keep working until you can see it through and realize the power that you hold. I think that is so special. Remembering how powerful we are, figuring out what our purpose is and being able to fulfill that. We're all meant to do special things on this earth. So we just got to do a better job of figuring out a way how to tap into that. Believe in yourself, love yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself your flowers from time to time. And never stop believing because you never know who's watching. There's so many people you can impact that, won't typically tell you on a day-to-day that you've inspired them, but continue to be that positive light in the world. What's one of the biggest lessons you've learned by playing basketball? What has it taught you about life?
I think what I like about sports, I've transitioned to climbing. I'm a big climber now.
Nice.
Is you're best at it when you're present.
Mm,
To go back to presence, it's what I feel about performing as an actor. You're best at it when you're there.
hmm
You can be pretty terrible at it when you're not there. And I think that's true in basketball. I think that's true in anything. It asks you to show up.
mm,
And if the body can also meet the mind in that showing up, that's a really special place.
hmm
And I think you have more joy that way
Yeah.
and more surprise. Like you can be more surprised and more creative and more playful. Uh, I always found the moments on a basketball court that I was playing the best. I was surprising myself. I was like, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
and
Love
and
that.
that's amazing.
I love that. I love that. Okay, last question. What would you tell your younger self? What words of encouragement would you tell your younger self?
I would say this has been my go-to answer for this. You are enough as you are,
Mm,
and it's sort of the embodiment of my work as of late, of the book, of this podcast. I believe all of us are seeking this enoughness.
mm,
One part we hustle because we love what we do and we want to open doors for others. Another part we want to know that we are enough.
mm.
And what would it look like if we started with the enoughness and then we went from there? Cup overflowing.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I love that.
So I got, how can people support, hang out with you, connect with you, watch you play, all of the things?
Follow us on Instagram at Women's PBA, or check us out on the website, womenspba.com. It's the same handle for YouTube. Our link tree is on our Instagram, so it'll forward you over to all of our handles so that you guys can, stay up to date with us, support us, and continue to believe in us. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking the time. I'm happy that our paths crossed when they did.
Oh, I'm excited to come see a game. I'll be in the Bay this summer, so hopefully I
Oh,
can
lovely.
catch one.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
come catch a couple runs.
Yeah, no, you have to for sure. It's going to be a good time next season. I'm going to
Cool.
make sure of it. Yeah. But appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. Adios.
See you. Have a blessed day. I'll talk to you soon.
That was our time with Faatimah. Faatimah, thank you for all you do for young athletes, but for young people, for all of us who have a dream. And if you loved this episode and you want to hear more, do the thing. It's cliche, but like and subscribe, all that. And shoot us an email at brownenoughproductions@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to hear. What should we be talking about and talking to? All right, y'all, we have a lot of more exciting things coming your way. I'll see you next week. Much love. Peace.